Okay, here I am. Welcome to day 2, everyone. Just give everyone a couple of seconds to join us. I was just saying, isn't it amazing how it doesn't take long for all of that stuff that is deep down, all of the buried layers of crap, all of the buried layers of limiting beliefs, all of your thoughts, all of your things that you maybe knew were under there, or things that you might not have known were under there, to start coming up to the surface. So here we are, less than 24 hours, well, exactly 24 hours since the last live exercise, and we've already had some really interesting comments, feedback, some great success stories already, and a few little interesting things, and I'm going to hit on that today. And so I'll just, yes, remember, type your questions, feedback, or comments into the chat. I will do my best to address everything that comes up. You'll notice that as we go over the 5 days, you have more and more to share, or more questions come up, or you start to look at things in a different way. So I'm going to do my best to either address those on the live each day, or to get back to it in the group or on the following day. So here is where we are at. It's day 2. Yesterday we did the alignment and anchoring exercise. And since then, here are some of the interesting things that have happened. So Beverly wrote in that she'd already achieved her $500 goal for the 5 days. So on day 1, she had made her 5-day amount, which was amazing. And then right on the back of that, however, she had 3 clients cancel. So first of all, when stuff like this starts to happen, this is what I'd love you to go to first. First of all, acknowledge how amazing is the universe, and how amazing is this ask and you shall receive concept. And this is how quick it can be, and this is how quick it often is. However, there's 2 things we've got to look at here. Number 1, it never shows up the way you think it will. And number 2, where have we not been specific enough or consistent enough with our ask? Meaning, when you asked for that amount of money, did you not say, like, we have to say to the universe, not only do we want that amount of money over and above what we're already expecting, but we also want to be able to stay in this space where we don't then block or stop ourselves from consistently creating more and reaching for more. How this reality works, how most of us, hi Sue, hi Usha, thanks for being here. How this reality works is we get taught to achieve to an outcome. Do you remember when you'd be studying for exams, or you'd have to do something, and you would only study to a deadline, to an outcome? You never read your textbooks in advance for the next semester. Maybe you did. I never read my textbooks ahead. I never went ahead of that semester of what was required, or even that week, to be honest, even if I had really good intentions of doing it. Same with money. We get taught to work to an outcome. That's why there are so few people, you know, that elite 1% in the world who not only make money, but they keep making more money, and they keep adding more money. And how their brain works is, how do I leverage the assets I have to keep making more? Whereas the other 99%, that means, are geared in a different way. Their brain is still working to getting to an outcome, and when you reach that outcome, A, you're designed to stop. B, you're also designed to think, what do I do with this now? So when you make money, most of us are trained to use that money, to think, how do I use this? What do I do with it? Where can I apply it? Rather than, how do I get even more and more and more? And I'm not saying either or are the right or the wrong way to function with money, but it's really interesting when you get an extra amount of money land in your lap. It's interesting to look at the energetics, because it's the energetics that we're looking at that's created either your clients canceling, or that's one form. Another thing that often happens is you'll have this lump sum or extra amount of money show up in your life, and then what happens? You get a flat tire, or you get a parking fine or a ticket, or something occurs, and that amount of money goes right back out. And it's almost like you can't maintain this having extra, or this having this unallocated amount of money that you didn't have to work hard to, and you don't know what you're going to do with it. So the reason I think this is great, even though you may or may not think it's so great, Beverly, but first of all, congratulations. Congratulations on being so damn amazing with day one that you created your ask so quickly. Why I think it's still great that this has happened is, if nothing else, if you get nothing else out of this 5-day challenge, I would love you all to actually acknowledge just how much information and awareness you get about who you are and where you function with money. And for those of you that feel like you've been doing this type of work for a long time, believe me when I say money is just one of those topics where there's almost always more. I actually don't know anyone who still isn't finding new layers of stuff when it comes to money, because the more money you make, you get to a new level and a new energetic level. And whenever you reach a new energetic level, you get a new set of awareness. And when you get a new set of awareness, you also get a new set of choices. However, you're still going to see that you have all these choices available to you that you may never have had those choices available to you before, as you reach each new milestone or level of income or money coming into your life or business. However, it doesn't mean all your problems are solved. And in fact, something that I realized a while ago is more money isn't the answer. How many of you, including me, have thought that more money is the answer? And I realized that it's not the more money, because exactly like this example showed, you'll get more money and you'll still have the same amount or more going out, or you'll have bigger problems or bigger outgoings or bigger things, or a bigger ask, which is the great thing about having more money, is it gets you to that new level, you acclimatize to that new level, and then you have a bigger ask, and then you require more money. And then you keep doing that and doing that and doing that. That's why everyone wants to become a millionaire. And then once you become a millionaire, you actually don't stop. You want to become a multi-millionaire. And for the multi-millionaires, they want to become billionaires. And so on it goes. And with each new level of functioning, you get to a new level of awareness. However, you also get to a new level of having to deal with problems as to how to navigate through this new space. So Beverly, for you, I encourage you to really look at this as a great problem to have, and look at what would be required. And this is where your anchor comes in from yesterday. What would be required for you to anchor into not only having this new amount of money, but also to maintain all of the, or to keep growing actually, all of the existing sources of revenue and income you have, and to add to it, rather than go back to functioning from how this reality teaches us to function, which is either or working to an outcome or working to a goal, and once you achieve it, you stop and that energy falls away. That's a very adrenalized and a very, very problem-driven way of functioning, and it's how we were taught to function here. So it's not anyone's fault, it's just, again, we become aware, and as we reach a new level of awareness, we have a new set of choices that open up to us. The other thing that I wanted to address, Amna was saying, she wrote a few things and it was really great. And then she said, when we were doing yesterday's exercise, she, instead of feeling positive when I asked the question, how will you feel when you receive the amount of money that you've asked for? She said, instead of feeling happy or excited, she felt fear, because it made me feel, how will I do it again? Almost as though now I've put more pressure on myself because I've achieved it once, so can I do it again? So a lack of trust was coming up for her. And I love this. This is so cool, because this is just another example of how we stop ourselves, like the fear of failure, the fear of success. that many people don't actually understand why we'd be afraid of success, but so often we're almost as scared of, if not more scared of succeeding than we are of failing, because when you succeed, it's kind of like what I was just talking about. You have a whole new set of problems, as in you're in a different space. What do you do now? Now you're under more pressure to perform. Now you don't know what to do. You don't know if you can do it again. What I think is interesting is how we will stop ourselves from creating that success, even if it's just once, for fear of failing after that. What would happen if you were willing to fail at recreating that amount of money the second and third and fourth day? Because even if you created that amount once, at least that's still more money than if you created it zero amount of times. So would you be okay with creating your ask one day out of the 5 and failing 4 days, rather than not creating on any of the days, so that you don't think of yourself as failing on the consecutive days? Okay, this is all tying into today's topic or exercise, which is clearing. I'm basically just going to do, hey Taylor, hey Adeela, I'm just going to do a whole set of clearings for you guys, so that you can start to really feel okay with going through the next 3 days, feeling like a lot of the stuff coming up has been cleared, or stuff that might come up has been cleared. A couple of disclaimers I wanted to give you, because we didn't cover this on day 1. This work here, I did talk a lot yesterday about how this is operating not just at a physical level, but we're dealing with physical, physiological, energetic, cognitive, and irrational, as in subconscious mind. When we're dealing with our subconscious mind, it doesn't make sense. So please don't judge yourself for the stuff that comes up, like, great, I made all this money and now 3 of my clients have cancelled, or I don't even want to succeed in the first place because what if I fail after that? This stuff is created in our irrational subconscious minds, and this is what we are clearing. What I'm going to clear for you is going to be across a broad range of topics today. What I would like you to be aware of as well, following on the theme of not judging yourself, is if you feel like you have cleared so much and there's still so much going on and there's still so much to clear, please don't judge yourself about that. This work is, and this 5 days is designed to be an awareness increasing exercise in just how much stuff you have that's weighing you back, and you're still doing so well, and B, just how easy it can be to create once we start to let go of these limitations and clear these thoughts and step into congruence and alignment. However, we're literally doing it for 30 minutes a day right now, and you're doing it for 5 days. This work is the work that I do like 365 days of the year with clients, and I have been working with some clients for like multiple years. We're on to our 3rd or 4th year of working together. And it's not because they're not succeeding, it's not because they're not changing, it's because there's always these other things that come up. And so this is the time for you to start learning how awareness works, and learning how you're going to be able to put one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward. And it doesn't mean when you hit a roadblock that you stop. It means that you keep going, and you recognize that you've now cleared one more layer of stuff, and you are now aware of one more thing that was limiting how you function. And the more we clear it, the more freedom you start to have. So one of the questions that I had for you today was, hi Jeanette, so I'm going to do the clearing for you today. So you don't have to do anything. This is going to be an audio that you can just listen to. And on each day we do a different exercise that I will either teach you or show you how to do, which becomes either the clearing process or the creating process for that day's exercise. So, and if you've just joined recently, there is an orientation video and yesterday's video for you to catch up on. So my first question that I wanted to start with today is, who are you being with money? Because often a lot of these thoughts, so I've been going through life and I've been having some interesting thoughts, feelings, and emotions come up over the last 24 hours. And I've gone, that's weird. Where did that come from? And then I've realized, oh, the money challenge is on. And I'm aware of not just my normal amount of people and the stuff going on in the world, but I've got this group of, it's actually over 500 of us in this group now. So I've now got this group of 500 people and we're all clearing our money stuff right now. Okay. So hi guys, hi Shilpi, hi Sindhu. So this is the stuff that was popping into my awareness over the last 24 hours, and hence this is why we're clearing this stuff today. So who are you being with money? Are you being your mum with money? Are you being your dad with money? Are you being a parent that you know or don't know of with money? Are you being a grandparent, one of your grandparents when it comes to money? Are you being a teacher, a mentor, a professional that maybe gave you advice years ago about how you should function with money or what's required with money? Now, for those of you that haven't worked, yeah, you might get a name, you might get an image, you might get a person, you might just get a feeling that makes no sense. Like you might think, why would I be being Auntie Jackie with my money? But maybe Auntie Jackie was the one person that had a huge impact on you one Christmas when she gave you a really amazing gift or a really shitty gift, or something happened and that thought, feeling, or emotion, or rather that memory stuck you. And since then, you've been referencing that person and how they function with money, and you've been creating your money reality based on some aspect of either duplicating that, resisting or reacting to that, or aligning and agreeing with that. Now, when we do this work and I ask you for what your awareness is, there's two things I'm looking for. The thing that pops into your head without you even thinking about it, so it makes no sense. It's not logical, it's not cognitive. I'm not asking you to think of an answer. I'm asking for what comes to your head without you even thinking, or flashes before you, or you get this feeling in your body. That is what I'm asking for you to be aware of. The second thing you can use is the light or heavy tool. So the light or heavy tool is when you think of something, or I ask you a question, and even though it doesn't make sense, it feels light in your body. It feels like it's congruent, it matches. And when something makes you feel heavy, as in you think that it should be the answer, but it doesn't quite feel right, then that's the heavy tool, and that's when something probably isn't the right answer, even though it seems like it is, okay? So, first person image or awareness that pops into your knowing or into your head. Truth, who are you being with money? Who are you functioning as money, with money? And how old are you being when you're functioning with money? And now the clearing part, for those of you that are wondering how we clear it, you can clear it in any way that you like. I'm going to use a phrase that I use a lot, and I'm basically going to ask you if you would be willing to just destroy it, uncreate it, return it to sender, and let it all go now from your body, from your being, and from your awareness. And for those of you that do access consciousness, you can add the clearing statement to the end of that. So that's right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. If you don't know the clearing statement, you don't have to say all those words after it. I will post an explanation of the clearing statement though. You can tap, you can breathe, you can release, you can do whatever it is that you know how to do to release this. But just by me asking you those questions and saying, would you be willing to destroy, uncreate, return to sender, and let it go, we are clearing this, okay? Okay, so one layer down. So now what's coming up for you to do with money? So how many times have you been made wrong for your awareness with money? How many times have you been told, or have you been made to believe that you don't know how to function with money? You don't know what to do with money. You don't know how to make money. You don't know what you would do with money if you had it. You don't know what to do when it comes to banking, when it comes to finance, when it comes to financial literacy or education. You don't know how to invest money. You don't know how to deal with large amounts of money. You will only and ever have not enough money. Everything this is, will you please destroy it, uncreate it, return it to sender, and let it go? Okay, so if I were to ask you what amount of money comes up when I ask you what amount of money are you comfortable making? What amount of money is it safe for you to make? Either a day or a week or a month, whatever way that you are used to functioning with money. What is the amount of money that is safe for you to make? What is the amount of money that you can make? What is the amount of money that you can receive? Okay, everything that is, everywhere where you have an amount that you can only make that much or less, that it is only up to that amount that it is safe for you to make, that it is only that amount that you know how to handle, know how to earn up to, are only capable of dealing with that amount of money. Will you please destroy it, uncreate it, let it go, and return it to sender? Okay. For how many of you does it seem impossible to ever have ease and joy and glory with money? Everywhere where you've decided and everywhere where you've concluded, and all of your projections and all of your expectations and all of your separations with money and all of your judgments of money and all of your judgments of yourself when it comes to money and all of your judgments of money and of others with money and of others without money. Will you please destroy it, uncreate it, let it go, and return it to sender? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So whose judgments of money are you using to create your financial reality? Whose resistance to money are you aligning and agreeing with, or resisting and reacting to, which means it's creating a charge around money for you? And whose thoughts, beliefs, patterns, and ideals about money are you aligning and agreeing with or resisting and reacting to? And everything that is, and everything that you're becoming aware of, and everywhere where there are all these layers. So let's just clear through the layers here now of familial, so your family, your culture, your religion, your nationality, the countries that you have lived in or been brought up in or have associations with, any clubs, any affiliations, any thoughts, any sects, 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 any cults, any and all groups of people that you have aligned and agreed with or resisted and reacted to or been part of in this lifetime or even in any other, that is creating the way that you function with money here and now. Will you please destroy it, uncreate it, return it to sender, let it go, and also any of those promises or oaths or vows that you've taken to always function in that way, or to believe in a certain way of functioning with money, or to believe that money is good or money is bad, or money is right or money is wrong, or you are more right with money or without money, or when you have money, you must do this or you must not do that. So all of the shoulds, all of the shoulds and should nots, and all of the laws about money, and all of the lack of freedom that you've ever experienced when it comes to having money and not having money, that makes you want to not have to deal with money. Wow, would you please destroy, uncreate, let it go, return it to sender infinitely times a godzillion, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay. Is it getting lighter or is it getting heavier for you guys? And are you guys still there, and are you still alive, or are we all passed out from the money clearings? Okay. So, truth. If you were able to create your reality with money now, who would you be? What would you choose? What choices would be available to you? And what would you choose to have as your reality with money? And also, truth, if you were not functioning from the either or universe, or from this either or reality, or from this limited reality, or from the glass ceiling reality, or from the you are a woman, or you are a man, or you are this, or you are that, therefore your reality with money equals this, would you be willing to be undefinable? And also, would you be inconceivable with money? Would you be someone who was not able to be figured out or put in a box, or have their relationship with money based on anything that is definable or conceivable, or being able to put in a box by others, so that they or this reality can understand who you are and how you function with money? And everything that is right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Truth, how much energy do you have? How much creative capacity do you have? And how many gifts and talents do you have that you could be paid for handsomely, that you are suppressing? And how much energy have you and are you suppressing into your body that's creating pain, shame, regret, guilt, issues in your body, depression, anxiety? It's creating all these ways in which you have to find a way to channel all this energy that you are not using to create your gifts and to be who you are here to be in the world, and to create money and revenue streams and gold and riches and wealth. How much of that energy that is available to you are you using against you, or are you trying to suppress into your body, that is creating pain, limitation, and hardship in your body and in your life? And as you become aware of that, would you please destroy it, uncreate it, let it go, return it to sender everywhere where you've seen people do that, where you've seen your parents do that, where you've seen really talented people do that, people that you admire, people that you look up to, people who you can see, people whose gifts you can see, people who you can see that they're so talented, maybe when it comes to art, maybe when it comes to healing, maybe when it comes to caring. You know, have you ever noticed that it's like all these wonderful people in the world, the most caring, the kind, the delightful, the healing, the gifting, the generous people that don't have money, that really struggle with money? And the sadness that that creates in the world, but also where you then see that all of those gifts and talents are not rewarded, and are not the level of capacity that you see the people that you care about in the world have, and you see how that is not honored in this reality in any way, but especially financially, because we make financial recognition one of the most validating ways, one of the most valuable ways to validate success. And so when we don't see the things that we see as valuable, which is kindness and love and humor and joy and caring and healing and art and creativity and things that make the world beautiful and our environments beautiful and the planet beautiful, when we don't see those things valued and valued highly, and we don't see those people paid well and therefore be successful, it creates this confusion and this irrationality in your mind and in your being. And so everywhere where you are functioning from the confusion and irrationality and frustration of how this reality and world functions with money, would you now be willing to outcreate everything you have seen and all of the hurt that you are aware of and all of the places where you see the abuse with and of money on the planet and in this reality? Would you be willing to be part of the sea of change? Would you be willing to be part of the change that is occurring now and to have money and still value those things that are the things that contribute to a greater planet and a greater world? So everything that is and everything that brings up and lets down, and everywhere where you don't want to do that, because then you would have to be at the forefront of change and you would have to step into creating a different reality with money, not just for you, but then for everyone. Will you please destroy and uncreate everything that is? Okay. So what would be required for you to have ease with money? What would be required for you to have joy with money? And what would be required for you to have glory and abundance and infinite receiving of and with money? And everything that is, and everything this brings up for you, and everywhere you don't know what any of that means. So all of the words I just said, and you're like, what on earth is she saying now? What does this mean? I just want to have more money. Why is she saying weird words that don't make sense? So for those of you that can hear that, thank you. And for those of you that might have to re-listen to it a few times, everything that this is and everything that doesn't allow us to receive of and with money with abundance and ease, joy, and glory, will we now destroy and uncreate everything that is? Okay, how are you guys feeling? I want to just hit on one or two things but while we wrap up here. One is for that ask and receive, that the universe is responding to us and giving. However, that level of awareness that we might be receiving around the amount of clarity that's required, based on those examples that are happening. Like even with me, I was overpaid an amount of money. However, I now have to return that extra amount of money. So the money's coming in. I literally got overpaid like a couple of $1,000s, but I now need to transfer that money back out of my account. So the universe is listening, and this, the universe is listening and it's responding. However, also, what if this 5 days is an exercise in getting really clear in our ask and in our communication with the universe, with the energies, with the entities, with everything that is available to us to communicate with? So when I say clear, I don't mean define. I don't mean, get really specific and eliminate possibility, but I do mean get clear on your ask and how you still want to have all of your current sources of income and revenue working, how you want to be able to have more and keep receiving and stepping into more and more, how you want the money to be yours without condition and to be able to receive it with as much ease, joy, and glory. And the second thing is just to start observing the things that you are aware of. And because we are doing this challenge and we are all connected in this group, and like I said, we're about 500 and growing strong right now. So return, who does this belong to, is a really good question to ask. So if you have awareness or stuff coming up for you, today's clearing was all about clearing everything around money that also isn't yours, and everywhere where you're functioning as someone else. However, we've cleared it all right now. You might step back into your life or go about doing the things that you do, and you start to pick up on other things. The best way to stay clear is you can keep listening to this over and over again. Secondly is you can ask, who does this belong to? Return it to sender. You can say return to sender. You can say return to sender with consciousness attached. You can just ask the question and you might get an awareness. You can ask the question and you might get that lightning that I described, that lightening up feeling, because just like for me yesterday, I'd be going about my day and I'd get these weird feelings and sensations and thoughts, maybe about money, but also not specifically about money. Just remember to keep asking. Good morning, Ritu. Nice to see you. Just remember to keep asking, who does this belong to? Because right now we are all connected from all over the world in different time zones with different points of view and different backgrounds and different realities with money. So this is going to be a really great exercise in building your level of awareness and building your level of choice with who you are and where you function from, and keeping on coming back to you and your reality and making it more valuable than anything that's outside of you. So keep using your anchor. Keep using this clearing, the clearing, or asking who does this belong to, or who am I being with money right now. And I'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place, on your computer, wherever you are in the world, or on your phone. And what else is possible, my friends? Take care.